I'm Corinne Sullivan. I'm here this week on One Final Twist with Scott Lovelace, and I'm the
Awesome.
author of Yours Always.
So, how's it going?
It's going well. It's chaotic but good. Yes.
Um, we're going to talk a little bit about your newest novel, Yours Always. It comes out April the 1st. You're going to be an Amazon first read, which that's really impressive. Um, Tell us a little bit about your new book.
So Yours Always follows a dating app engineer named Talia Denvers, or Talia, yeah, Talia Danvers. She reconnects with an old ex, Townsend Fuller, only to realize that he is the prime suspect in the disappearance of his ex, Amanda Reed, who is the woman who split them up in the first place. And other characters include Amanda's sister, Caitlin, who's just about the only person who thinks that Amanda may actually be in trouble, as well as Talia's coworker and best friend, Mira Ratnam, who will do just about anything to keep Talia from getting back together with Townsend.
Yes, there you have some very complex characters in this book. Not going to give too much away, but man, those twists and reveals at the end, they will sure enough give you a little bit of whiplash. Uh, can you tell me Talia is she's your main female lead. What went into creating her?
I wanted a lead who was not necessarily someone to root for, but not necessarily someone you were rooting against. I really like a complex female character who you can see yourself in, but you're sort of cringing and saying, please don't do that. I was hoping to create someone you could relate to, but kind of see the most insufferable parts of yourself in.
Mhm.
She's a bit of a hopeless romantic. At the same time, she's this woman working in STEM. She should be very logical and precise, but she's still a little bit messy.
She's very messy. And uh, you spoke a little bit about STEM. There is a lot of technology in this book. Did Was that your intent going in to have all the AI with the app and what she does as her job? And is most of that real, or is that just a something that you came up with?
So that was really not my intent going in. I am not a tech person. I have to ask my husband all the time, like, how do I turn on my iPad? I don't know how to do these things. How do I update this? So I spoke a lot to my sister, who is a woman in STEM. She works as the senior director of interactive design at advertising agency WPP, and she works a lot with ethical AI. So I'm someone who's very hesitant about AI. I see its advantages, but I'm also a little wary of it. But she's someone who works about to give AI access to marginalized communities and make sure that AI is representing, the diversity of human society.
Mhm.
And she gave me this different idea of AI and just kind of helped me out with the technical language, gave me some ideas as to what Talia's job may look like.
Yeah.
And as far as the therapist that Caitlin is seeing, the AI therapist,
Mhm.
that was something an element I added in later. She was seeing a human therapist. And then I thought, you know what, I want her to be a little bit more removed from society. I want her to have this extra layer of detachment from people.
Who are some of your writing influences? Who did you enjoy as you grew up reading, and who are some of the authors and books that you enjoyed reading?
I always cite Curtis Sittenfeld as my favorite author of all time. Prep, I would say, is the book that made me want to be a writer.
Mhm.
It's a book I've read hundreds of times, have so many passages underlined. It just moved me in such a way, just the specificity of experience.
Yeah,
It's about a woman going to boarding school as a high schooler, wanting to be part of this elite society, despite coming from modest means. And it was just it's such a compelling novel.
yeah,
It's more of a character study than anything. It's following this woman over 4 years. There's not a major plot point. It's just a very deep study of this woman. And it's really just a very compelling,
okay.
gorgeously written book.
Now, your day job, you're an editor at Cosmo. How do you get ideas from some of the stuff that you uh, go through with the magazine, or how do you incorporate that into your writing?
So I'm the senior news editor at Cosmo. And when I say news, what we focus on more is celebrity and reality television is our bread and butter. And I'm always trying to, speaking of AI, I'm always fighting the AI overview and trying to get viewers to click into our stories. And my the main thing I try and do is find a compelling angle to all these news stories that are coming out, finding compelling headlines. And I feel like I use that in my own writing. What's a way to keep people turning the pages is the same way I'm thinking at work. What is the best way to get people to click?
Mhm.
It's all about just grabbing attention.
Yeah. I notice in yours always, there's a lot of mini cliffhangers throughout the book that you just keep you flipping the pages and keep you engaged. And this was a very fast-paced book. I think I read it in a couple of days. I mean, it was really
Wow.
compelling. And it's typically not what I would normally read as a guy. I mean, I read everything, but this was really good. Even, with the all the female point of views and the what they offered to each other and how they balance. You got Talia and Mira. Is it Mira that her name? Her best friend, how they go back and forth, and Mira is absolutely against, and then things happen, and it's just such a web. I guess we could say it's a web of intrigue. When you write, do you plot out, or are you just kind of a go by the seat of your pants writer?
So for my debut novel, Indecent, which was a work of literary fiction, I truly went in with here's what I want the story to be. I have no idea where it's going to go. I went in with my characters and what I hope to achieve out of the book. And each chapter, I was finding out, I wonder what this is going to be about. But with my first thriller, with Yours Always, I decided I really wanted to carefully plot it. I went through, created my story before I went in and did any writing. And a lot of things ended up changing along the way. I feel like you have to, as these characters come to life, you realize certain things are not working, certain things need to be tweaked. Like Amanda's perspective initially was not a part of the story, and I
Oh,
decided to add that in later. I
yeah,
thought it was needed,
yeah.
but I did end up doing a lot of plotting before ever starting writing for this one.
What are you reading now?
Right now, I'm reading Liz Moore, Long Bright River, which is also it became a Hulu series. I haven't watched it yet, but
Mhm.
it's also about two sisters, and so I'm finding the story. I'm seeing a lot of echoes from Yours Always, and
Yeah.
it's a very good read.
Okay.
Would recommend.
If people wanted to get in contact with you or follow you on social media, how would they get how would they do that? What are your handles?
So you can find me on Instagram. It's Corinzo, which is a handle from about a decade ago, and I'm
Mhm.
not changing it anytime soon. We're sticking with it. But it's Corinzo.
Okay. With also, let me go back a little bit with this book. You have multiple POVs in this book. How do you balance who gets to view what and when they reveal their point? How do you balance all of that?
That's what I love about a close third person.
Mhm.
You, it's easier to have an unreliable narrator, I think.
Yeah.
You get to, you're inside this person's head, but at the same time, there is some detachment. You're not quite getting the full story. And again, when I was at the beginning stages plotting this out, I was figuring out what needs to be revealed when and who needs to be telling this story. Who are we getting these details from? Which is why, for instance, it was helpful to bring in Amanda and bring in perspective that
Yeah.
we were not getting from anyone else, or to bring in some parts of Townsend's past from other people, parts that he wouldn't have revealed himself.
How long did it take you to come to get the idea in your head to seeing it out the door to your editor? How long did it take you to complete the first draft or so?
This was, I got the idea for the book from this 2024 Netflix documentary called Lover, Stalker, Killer. I saw that and I thought this is an incredibly compelling story. This would make a really good self in this very deadly love triangle.
Mhm.
And I'd say I'd started thinking about how I could turn this into a book in soon after watching. In like summer of 2024, I started plotting and writing. And by early 2025, I had a draft for my agent.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
did have a little
awesome.
bit of a bump in the road. I was pregnant with my second daughter when I was
Uh,
writing it,
oh,
and I had about three chapters left in my draft when I went into labor 5 weeks early.
oh,
So I had to
oh,
kind of put a pause in drafting and then get back to it.
gotcha. The if our readers and listeners want to get signed copies, is there a website or any place that has signed copies that on hand?
So I have
Yeah.
two events coming up. One is April 14th at the Mysterious Bookshop, and
Mhm.
one is with Word Bookstore in Jersey City on April 2nd. And through the Mysterious Bookshop website or the Word Bookstore website, you can order signed copies now.
Okay, awesome. This is a kind of a little fun off the wall question. If you're on a deserted island, what is the one book and one album that you could have with you?
Oh God, that is tough.
Hmm.
I feel so predictable saying it. Prep by Curtis Sittenfeld, which is the book I just
Okay,
rhapsodized about, but it would probably be Prep by Curtis Sittenfeld. It's just my favorite book of all time.
okay,
And as far as albums, there's this Beatles or Elton John cover album. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's a bunch of artists covering Elton John songs.
okay.
And it's something I listen to over and over. I think it's just so well done.
Awesome. Is there any cause that is near and dear to your heart that you would like to bring attention to?
Uh, just call your representatives, tell them to defund ICE.
Is there anything that you'd like to talk about that I did not ask that we can put in there?
I guess it's just as far as the setting, why Austin
Yeah,
is
that
something
was
I've
gonna I
been
was
asked
gonna bring I
about
was
and people might be curious about.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
So
gonna
I would
ask about Austin. I forgot all about that.
I had a friend who moved there, and when she started telling me about it, I started looking into it on my own. And I was just, it's such an interesting city. It has this old money. It's Texas, so it has these old American values,
Hmm.
football and barbecue, and but at the same time, it has all this progressive energy, this counterculture. It's also this major tech hub, which I'm not sure a lot of people realize. And so I thought it'd make a really cool setting for this book, these two very different spirits coming together
Yes.
in one
Austin
city.
Austin is a very neat town. I've been there a couple of times. I'm in the South. I'm near between Memphis and Nashville. Um, so we get Texas every once in a while for a little vacation or whatnot. What are you working on now? Is there anything in the pipeline? Any new books that you're working on?
I'm working on a new thriller right now.
Okay.
I've decided I really have enjoyed writing this genre and want to continue.
Okay.
So I'm writing something about motherhood right now, which
Oh,
has been
okay.
very cathartic, but also very difficult.
Is it anywhere near being completed or is it just still in the thought process right now?
I'm about 80 pages in, so we're
Okay.
making progress. We're getting there.
Okay. All right. Well, I do want to thank you for joining me. Your book is yours always. It comes out April the 1st. It is an Amazon first read, which that is a huge deal for an author to be an Amazon first read. It's available April the 1st. I want to thank the ladies at Megan Beatty for arranging us talking. If you have any questions or comments, just uh, tag them below and we'll get you an answer. I do want to thank you again for joining me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Scott.
Yes, thank you. It was really fun to talk to you.
Yeah,
And
likewise.
I look forward to your next book. I can't wait because this one blew me away. It really
Thank
did.
you. I
Uh,
really appreciate
and
that.
my wife loved it too. So
Oh, amazing.
yeah. So hopefully you have some good numbers and we will talk to you later. Thank you.
Yes, I